Hello there, welcome back to the program. Well, as we've been stating in the bulletin, today marks day 1 of the Cybersecurity Month. And to help us understand the remit regarding the state of cybersecurity, you can see on screens there the fact that in 2020 alone, crypto ransomware attacks reached an all-time high. The value of loss hit more than $400 million, showing a massive 337% increase in a year. And this is just one aspect of the threats to cybersecurity, not just in Ghana, but around the world. We're talking of the whole value chain of internet connectivity and its implicating factors. To help us understand the state of cybersecurity as we commemorate this day, Samuel Boateng and Francisca Boateng, cybersecurity experts. Francisca, I want to start with you. Of course, in Africa, we do not really hear the cases of cybersecurity, even though we're having bouts of cases. Does it really inform the fact that, we are not that exposed, or there is something that we're not doing right?
We are definitely exposed, but we are not doing much as far as internet connectivity and doing business on the cyber world is concerned. Let's take, for example, when COVID-19 hit. Exactly. If we were to be locked down for 3 months, Ghana would be nowhere because we are not really using the internet to do most of our processes. Exactly. So people had to go back to work because we needed the physical force. We didn't have the infrastructure to be able to work virtually. Although some companies did have, but I would say probably 20% of the companies had access, but most people still had to go back to the workforce. So yes, we are not using it at a high level to be exposed. That's why. It's not because we are doing something so special, because when you check systems here, probably we are really not doing as well as others in terms of securing our systems.
Interesting. Let me bring in some more here, because even as access to internet services increase marginally in Ghana, how can we prioritize the factor of cybersecurity?
So this comes into a play where we need to do more of monitoring in terms of communication going out and communication coming in. What happens most of the time is that if we are not able to police the internet, identifying all the traffics, what is going out, what is coming in, which is the source and destinations, investigations, then we definitely will be at a higher risk. Because in the introduction to the AIs, the Internet of Things, there's going to be an increase in internet connectivities out there. So we need to do more in terms of monitoring.
Great. We raised an issue regarding cryptocurrencies. And even aside from cryptocurrencies, matters of mobile money payment and online transactions have really exposed so many users to issues regarding cyber threats and even the security that comes with it. What are we doing wrong in Ghana?
We are doing some things right, but we are doing so much wrong. First of all, I talked about infrastructure. I believe that, for example, phones. Most people have phones that have been jailbreaked. The moment it's jailbreak, you've opened your door to fraudsters, because that opens a door for hackers to come in. Jailbreaking, if you have a phone that's locked and you take it to Circle for somebody to unlock it, practically you've opened the door for somebody to come in easily. So these are things that we've exposed ourselves. How many people have antivirus on their phones? They don't. Sometimes I ask people and they say, am I supposed to? Yes, you are supposed to have antivirus on your phone. If you are going to do any transaction, any financial transaction with your phone, it has to be secured.
But speaking of that, help us understand the cybersecurity trends that we should be expecting in the future.
We are looking into phishing. We are looking into mobile threats, a lot of, Sakawa stuff going on, 419 tricks, and IoT devices, like I said. A lot of people connecting to our networks is going to, surge, is going to be very, very big. And so we should be looking into these trends in the upcoming years.
Great. Well, Francisca, so many companies come to you, Slam Technologies, with some of their interactions when it comes to cybersecurity. What feedback do you get when it comes to the threats to cybersecurity in the corporate world?
So most of them, because a lot of times there's a disconnect between the IT and the entire company. Because the weakest link, if the entire company, everybody is not cyber aware, the weakest link can really bring trouble to the company. So I think it's a problem with cyber awareness, where the CSR, customer service rep at the front desk, doesn't have any cyber knowledge, so will click on any link. Once that link is clicked, it affects the whole system. So I think the biggest challenge most companies are facing is the fact that not everybody is cyber aware. You can have people that can use the system, but are they cyber aware? That's the question. That's
very troubling, especially when the company, the management of the company could go out there and, you know, consult with companies like yourself to become cyber safe. But if the workers themselves are not aware about issues regarding cybersecurity, they expose the company more. But let's talk about regulations and legislations. What about legislations should Ghana adapt when it comes to cybersecurity? From your perspective as expert, Samuel.
So from a lot of, on the basis of the legislations, I believe the country is doing very well in terms of that, enacting new policies that we're going to follow, but there's going to be more. One of the key areas is the monitoring, and we are pleading to the, to the cybersecurity authorities to look into it further and adding more of monitoring in terms of us investigating. And it requires a lot of certifications, which is not only policies, but also in terms of us doing it. So I believe most of the young ones that are coming up will be interested in looking into the aspects of reverse engineering, malware analysis, looking into the trends where these are coming from, and stopping these things so that it doesn't spread online. And I believe that is where more certification should be added.
Can I add that with the Cybersecurity Act, we've gone through it several times, and it's a great policy. The biggest challenge is, will it be implemented? If it's implemented, great, then we'll be on a good place.
Great. Speaking of the implementation, today also starts the rollout of the re-registration of SIM cards across the country. What's your perspective on this, and how best can this really help the matter of cybersecurity? Because the Communications Minister, Eslo Osokufu, really is confident about this re-registration exercise, saying that it could, in the long run, minimize the incidence of momo fraud in the system.
So implementation and identification is very important. We implement it, and then if I register my phone and I use it for bad stuff, would they find me? That is a bigger part. So identifying your addresses, matching everything is very important, because, for example, someone living in a certain remote part of our country, registering, and let's say they lose their phone and somebody uses a SIM, would you be able to find them? And so identification is, to me, is very important. How we track and trace a person's whereabouts and their location is going to play a very big major role. And so it's a good start, but we need to look into all of that as well.
Okay, so Francisca, your final words on this.
So my final words, if you are a homeowner, a mother, father, business owner, wherever you are, as long as you use the phone, tablet, computer to connect, you need to really look into cyber awareness. You can't just give your phone to your child without having parental controls. You can't just use your system without having protection on it. It's like sleeping in a room without a door. If you need help, you can always contact Slam Technologies. We are here to help you, to guide you, and to give you the cyber training you need.
Francisca, we're so grateful. Francisca Boateng, Head of Operations at Slam. Also Samuel Boateng, CEO of Slam Technologies. We're grateful for their perspective as we commemorate Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And of course, that's how we end this edition of The Marketplace. I'm Charles Aite. Many thanks for watching.